Good morning, everyone. My name is Wang Yao, and I come from CSWADI, China. Our company is located in Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province. It's a great honor for me to share the project as a team representative. Excuse me. This cannot. Sorry. First of all, do you know pandas? They are very cute and unique animals in China. Sichuan is a hometown of pandas, whose main food is bamboo, which is abundant in Sichuan. It's very interesting. So today's talk is about design-related bamboo. This project is located in Changzhou City, Sichuan province, southwest of China. It's a suburban city 50 kilometers away from Chengdu. It inherits the charm and style of the western Sichuan plain, which is the birthplace of the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, has a long history and a profound cultural heritage. There are many scenic spots around the site, and with a mere 2 kilometers distance from Changzhou Bamboo Art Village, which is then famous tourist attractions. So the building in this site will be an important image of the local. The site is divided into two areas by one road. The south is connected to the Chimu River wetland, and the north is a mountain forest field landscape, which is surrounded by rice-peat flowers. It's very beautiful. Besides, the Bamboo Art Village has a bamboo industry and well known for it. Bamboo weaving is a traditional handicraft, which is a national-level intangible cultural heritage. With the history of over 2,000 years, it is said that during the Ming Dynasty, which is about 700 years ago, people of Changzhou began to use the local bamboo resources to make daily necessities and decorative items. In the modern times, the government has developed the handicraft industry. More and more young people are returning to start their own businesses. These photos are showing the daily lives of villagers, indicating bamboo weaving has taken an important role in local economy. Then, in this space, what architecture can become a bridge linking modern country life together with traditional intangible culture. Literally, we thought about bamboo. The bamboo leaves are abstracted into architectural forms. The large overhangs adapt to the climate of western Sichuan and provide tourists with a gathering place and to get close with nature. Because the site is divided into two areas, how to build this connection becomes the primary question. We connected the spaces between the north and south by a skywalk across the highway. At the same time, the form of the skywalk is similar to a branch with bamboo leaves. In order to better simulate the bamboo forest scenery, we put different density of grills on the facade to bring people into a real one, creating this immersive feeling. In the end, we created a bamboo leaf falling in the fields, connecting two parts of the site. When people walking inside, we feel just like walking through bamboo forest. Regarding functions, we help people find diversity and flexibility. The first floor on the north is an open exhibition area, which provides traditional handicraft displays and services for tourists. The south side is adjacent to the real wetland, which happens to be a cycling station in the park, providing bicycle return and other services. The second floor, on the north, has leisure functions such as cafes and book bars, and it's connected to the south through the skywalk. The spacious platform provides visitors with a pleasant resting space. We used local bamboo and wood as the main structure and decorative materials. First, laminated wood is employed to create the internal skeleton of the architecture. Then, bamboo weaving are used to embellish the overhangs, ceilings, and walls, forming the external skin of the building. The traditional materials are perfectly integrated with modern architecture, creating a distinctive style of natural modernness. By the use of local materials and ensuring a consistent architecture from interior to exterior, the building becomes part of the rural landscape. This approach not only focuses on aesthetics, but also emphasizes low-carbon eco-friendliness and sustainability. In the layout of structural glue beams, we also simulated the form and direction of bamboo leaf wings and made the main beam along the longer edge by force calculation to keep the structure and form consistent. This language makes the entire bamboo leaf more mature and delicate. This picture shows entire life cycle of bamboo and the ecological resources, from the natural growth of trees to building materials, and finally to recycle and to reuse. It's fixing our concept, taken from nature and returns to nature. We believe that an architecture built with local materials will be the best interpretation of local cultural inheritance, life sustainability, and ecological preservation. Finally, allow me to introduce Mr. Long Weiguo, the project leader. He founded the Wood Structure Innovation Studio, which is one of the top design and research teams in China. We are devoted into researching industry standards, implementing engineering, and making significant achievements in building technology. More importantly, our thoughts about the global low-carbon strategy are reflected on every piece of our work, just like the project I introduced earlier. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Shagayek. I'm from Kalbod Studio. Okay. It's my pleasure to have this opportunity to present this project. So, every region on Earth has its geographical features. A natural phenomenon isn't always make a positive change. It can turn into a destructive accident. Rain does not always create settlements. Sometimes it rains so furiously, or wind is not always just a breeze, and it can turn into a storm and destroy everything. So today there is an architectural solution to many natural disasters: the prefabricated cabins after an earthquake, or a fluting structure used to deal with floods. But for many problems such as sandstorm, there is no solution provided yet. So based on these data, the sandstorm affects the people's worldwide lives. So it's an important situation to think about it. The negative impacts of sandstorm can be categorized into three groups: the environmental and health, social, and economic, which has the direct effect on each other. So now, these are the map of the country. Oh, sorry. What happened? Yes, these are the countries that are in danger of sandstorm: the Iran, Iraq, the United Emirates, and the Japan, China. So the numbers are considerable, and we should think about a solution. But there is a challenge for us. What approaches in design will make a crisis become an opportunity to create a better life for people? For a start this journey, we choose the Dubai as our site and start the situation. So now in this video, it's very obvious that the buildings and the city have disappeared in the dust, and so the impacts of these facts can cause the accidents or some injuries, respiratory problems, and stuff like that. So this image perfectly shows the project's final leading goals and the target that we want to reach this. The general idea is to design a sustainable cycle, a system that can absorb the sands and reuse the sands, and again, it will be work, and the final target is we change the weather condition. So in this sketch, we thought about design facilities to absorb the sands and then neutralize the negative bars, and finally the clean air can send to the city. So we start the wind analysis. The project consists of two main openings and the middle pipe, and we do some examination of that on the CFD environment, and we reach the best one. That is in order to the dimension of the opening will be reduced from the inlet to the outlet, and to achieve the best number in suction and pressure. So in designing of one module, we consider the aerodynamic form, which the facility at the heart of the buildings, and the vertical axes are on both sides of the buildings. So before describing the facility, how the facility works, I want to explain about the system that it's named SWET, the Solid State Wind Energy Transformer, that for the first time, the idea of generating electricity from wind in dry areas was proposed by Dr. Richard Epstein. Since sands have an electrical charge due to their friction with each other, it's necessary to use a system to neutralize them and reuse them. For this reason, an electrostatic wind energy converter is used to absorb them. So, about the facility of the buildings, so imagine that we have an air filter. When a polluted air loses their loss, and the clean air will come out after it. So after the sand particles will be absorbed by the positive smart shell, and they will be neutralized by the wires that I explained in the last slide. And this happening will continue in 3 sections along the building. So the amount of opening of these shaders is based on the density of sand around the buildings. And about the structure, it consists of 2 columns, 2 core and 2 mega columns, which are connected to each other like with outriggers, like a belt. And the die-grid system, which holds the shell and facilities to make an integrated floor. So one module doesn't work efficiently. So we search on the available vehicle lands on the Hearst Highway, so which are located in a way that can overlap each other in function to have the better efficiency. So about the future of the project, we just study on the city skylines, and we imagine some frames and put our buildings on the skyline to improve the city profile. About the program zoning, it is considered a scientific district that are categorized into 5 groups: the technology, the physics, aerospace, biology, and the medical. And now you can see that in this section how the facility affects on the spatial program and work with that. So about the sand batteries, it's the sand batteries is solution to turn project into a sustainable project. So the sand battery is a high temperature thermal energy made of steel. The sand battery works as a high power and high capacity reservoir for excess wind and solar energy. So you can see in the section that the sand with the high pressure can send to the heat part and restore the heat and energy, and can be sent to the city for heating homes and other energy. So this is a plan of the project that it's clear that because of the futuristic solution, we consider the open and flexible spaces to work all the time. Now I invite you to see this video. Thank you for your attention.
Hello. First of all, many thanks that we can be here, especially for the partners of WAF and also for the organization. Thank you, Paul Finch and Jeremy Melvin, for this opportunity. So, I will present you affordable bio-based houses. The location is in the Netherlands, and it is a south location in the Netherlands where we have these houses. At this moment, several current and urgent themes are emerging in our society. The urgency to combat climate change, as well as the increasingly loud call to build affordable housing, are the issues of today. I try to avoid using the word crisis too often, as it carries a negative connotation and almost gives the impression that we are constantly moving from one crisis to another. The word crisis is often misused or misunderstood. A few years ago, I attended a lecture by Rem Koolhaas. He was asked about the perspective on the concept of crisis. As you might expect, Rem Koolhaas doesn't associate negative thoughts with the word crisis. He viewed a crisis as a transition from the old state to a new state. The word crisis originates from Latin and can also mean decision or decisive turning point. It doesn't carry a negative connotation. The extent to which current and future generations will experience a hotter and different world depends on the choices made at this moment. We are already witnessing the effects of climate change through the melting of the North Pole and South Pole, which is having a profound impact on climate change. In the recent IPCC report on climate change, a crisis is discussed, supported by scientific facts and figures. This raises the question, how can we reduce the emissions and at the same time ensure the construction of affordable housing? Both the climate crisis and the crisis of the lack of affordable housing have more impact than we might expect. Something exceptional is happening in the Netherlands. A decisive turning point is approaching. These affordable bio-based houses mark a turning point. They have the following features. They are affordable, bio-based, energy neutral, about community, green diversity, and we are thinking about reuse. As mentioned before, this is the existing location in the south of the Netherlands, where we work together with a landscape architect. We designed the placement of bio-based houses and took care of nature-oriented biodiversity. Together, we aimed to minimize the use of pavement, creating open green spaces with local flora. We incorporated fruit trees, vegetable gardens, flower and herb gardens, and even considered bee and insect hotels. Additionally, we added a small pool to attract birds and collect rainwater. This is a visual of the inside of the area. The inhabitants of this area will take care of their fruit trees, vegetable and herb gardens. This next picture shows the typology of one of the houses, and in the next image you will see the floor plans and the section. So this is the main floor plan, the ground floor. It's a very compact house, It's almost 60 square meters. A section to it, and on the first floor, you have a small bedroom. So this is the first floor of one of the typologies. The houses offer approximately 60 square meters of living space and consist of prefabricated wooden components manufactured in a factory and transported to the site. The construction method allowed to rapid on-site assembly, typically taking just a few hours. The transportation and installation of these elements are all electric. Our initial goal is to design affordable bio-based housing for young people or those looking to live differently with their environment. To maintain flexibility, we developed a system with various typologies that can be easily expanded and reduced. There's a typology of small house of 24 square meters, a medium house of 60 square meters, and a large typology of 69 square meters. In several ways, you can make a combination. You can combine a small typology with a medium typology or medium with a large typology. Here you see a way how the components are presented in a short animation. The materials which we use are locally produced in the Netherlands. And in the next image, we will show you the several components in the location placed as they are transported to the location. So you see it's a very modest project, but as we have in the Netherlands, we have the problem to build affordable housing for young people and people who are looking for places where they can live. And this effect of bio-based dwellings, we think we have a solution for both, affordable but also environmental way of building in a new way. Thank you. This was my presentation.